Welcome to the second video in this series. If you like this, like the content, click like and subscribe. There'll be some more good stuff coming your way very shortly. Okay, so this time we're looking at the dark world of various artists, and in particular running CDs. So I hear you say, dark world of various artists CDs. Well, why is that? Put quite simply, ever since now that's what I call music. Number one came out in 1983. Anybody who's had any kind of music license has brought out a compilation album. Some of them have stood the test of time, like the Now series, but shall we say, others are in the bargain bin in 4 months. Generally speaking, you get what you pay for in this market. If on the release date the CD is for £5 cheaper than what most other compilation albums are, there will be a reason. It will be rubbish. Having said that, prices do drop quite dramatically. So don't be afraid of buying one of the top brands, which is 2 or 3 years old. It will be great and about half the price of the latest one. Interestingly enough, I was a buyer, and buying these CDs was an absolute nightmare. It can be quite embarrassing when the contents of the case are worth less than the actual case itself. But there you go. You have to take a gamble every now and again, and sometimes you won and sometimes you lost. So we're looking at running CDs today. Okay, I've gone for some pretty mainstream stuff here, really, because you can't go wrong. Just because it says running on the CD doesn't mean you have to use them just out on your run. You can easily use these in the car, give you a bit of a pickup when you're having a lousy day at work. But on the other side, just because it is a running CD doesn't mean that you can't go back to your favourite album to give you a little bit of a perk up. And sometimes I even listen to podcasts. Makes anything which makes that run seem to go a little bit quicker. My general advice on this kind of thing, buy a few CDs, get them mixed up. Nothing worse than having the same CD on when you're doing the same run. You just know how much more pain you've got to go before you can get home. You'll notice here I've chosen 4 choices here, not specifically put down as 1 to 4, more really about things which you could have in your collection. So, number 1, from the 100 Hits collection, 100 running songs. It's a 5-disc compilation. It's banging. If I'm knackered on a December evening, and shall we say it's raining heavily outside, and you need something to pick you up, get you out there on your 10k run, whack in this baby. It will just make time fly past that, and you can set your own pace to the music. Those miles just roll on. Too many songs on here really to mention, but my favourite is Disc 5. It starts with Laid Back Luke and Bass Hunter. Need I say any more? Okay, next choice. Fitness and workout running hits. Okay, so we're into dance here. This is the own promotion for it, and I completely agree with it. Fitness and workout running hits has 60 minutes of non-stop mix for top runners, as well as leisure time joggers who like to run while listening to fitting music. The definitive solution for numerous runners struggling to find good titles for their run. Our sophisticated playlist provides variety and guarantees increased motivation. Listen to running hits and increase your performance. Big exclamation marks. I totally agree. This is a great CD for running if you like non-stop continuous music. Grooving in the Heart by the Bootmasters Extended Mix is a great tune, and Can't Get Out of My Head by Dance Area is just superb, and it's the first one which comes onto the title. If I could sum this up in one little phrase, I'd say this is pure dance and however you want to say it, wrapped into a smelly Nike shoe. Moving on. Okay, we're now on to the series which I recommend, and the first one is Now That's What I Call Running. Quite strange selection, many of you may say, but let's get one thing straight here. this is the most popular compilation series ever? The answer is really, there's been over 150 titles in this series, 4 or 5 running ones, and they're all pretty good. A lot of people slate, now that's what I call music, but let's face it, everybody has one in their collection. So, what's the big difference here? The big difference is this isn't dance through and through, it's actually separate songs. The playlist makes you feel good and makes you feel happy. Everybody should have one of these in their collection because it's a change of pace. It's something different. It's not banging, it's not music, it's not rap music, it's not trying to, it is just good, genuine songs. Don't get me wrong, on all of the now music CDs, there's always 1 or 2 duff tracks where you'd be reaching for the fast forward, shall we say. But I'd say always have one of these in your collection. Finally, moving on to what is probably an institution rather than a brand. Well, have I saved the best for last? Maybe not. So I guess it depends on your mood when you do your laces up, whether you want to put this onto your machine or not. It's non-stop, hardcore. The Ministry of Sound now is just jaw dropping and pumping vibes all the way. If you don't like it that way, I would say avoid. Go back to you now. That's what I call music. But if it's what you like, more of these titles will have you buzzing like a bumblebee on your run. Give it a go. That's the end of our second choice and selection and video. We'll be coming back with some more. So if you like what you see or hear, pop me on your registered button and give me a like.